Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. So once again, we have news coming out at 10 a.m. So we have to make sure not to hold anything during that time. Aside from that, today should be fun. We see a lot of weakness out of the IWM and the NASDAQ. So what we need to see is the IWM basically hold 173 and the NASDAQ see if it can hold around 316, 316.50. Also, basically the SPY needs to reclaim 408 to 408.50 like comfortably. That was a very brutal bull trap. They made it look very bullish, and then they ripped it right back down. So far, things are a bit choppy. This was a very bullish setup. This big green candle was a bullish setup. We had a continued bullish move here, and then the last few seconds of the minute, they ripped it down. Again, they made it look very bearish, and then within a few seconds they ripped it up. The candle now obviously looks very bullish, but maybe 10-15 seconds ago it was red. It looked like they were going to make new lows. So we're going to have to play very light. We're going to have to play very, very light. We're going to have to play tight today. Things are very choppy. So just keep that in mind. As you can see, the market has been choppy these past few minutes. $317.90 is major resistance on the NASDAQ, and 174.35 is major resistance on the IWM. 408.16 is major resistance on the SPY. Calls are barely losing value. NASDAQ new low of day. Let's see if it wicks. Choppy price action so far. Very choppy. You have to be very quick with these with everything that's going on. This is very, very choppy. Basically, we're constantly seeing wicks being reversed into bullish or bearish moves, and we're seeing moves that were very, very bearish in the last few seconds of the minute turn into a bullish candle, just used to basically chop people around and entice people to take the opposite side of the trade. Tech is the biggest loser. The IWM is holding above 174.35 resistance, and it's showing some strength. So that strength in the IWM is being translated into the SPY, but the weakness of the NASDAQ is hindering the SPY from continuing up. NASDAQ another low of day. Things are very, very choppy. We're just waiting for follow through. But regardless, anything that we play today has to be very light and tight. We're going to play everything with a stop loss light. SPY's at 408.54 resistance. So we have news coming out in less than a minute. So let's just wait for how that turns out. So far, markets have been very choppy. So generally, this would be a really, really good short. Just like the last time we had this big red candle, going short on that big red candle with a stop loss above the candle would be great. But because we have news coming out at 10 a.m., it's risky. NASDAQ is green. The IWM is red. NASDAQ is very green off of this. Looks like we're gonna have to wait for the market to even out some more. .408 is acting as support. In a normal trendy market, the market it should just continue falling lower. The NASDAQ is holding the 618% fib of that big wick at 10 a.m. But the IWM is breaking below 173.80. Puts are moving very dramatically on baby moves. I'm in light SPY calls with low day stop. Make sure you, I mean, by the time you guys have entered, it already shot up. So basically, just don't allow this to go back red. Because these are up already 15% for me, but then by the time I finished my sentence, it started moving up. So just yeah, just don't let this go back red. As long as it holds above like 0.74. I would say like 0.74 is like a nice tight stop loss that you guys could keep it above 0.72 to 0.74. But yeah, as long as it remains above that on the contract, it could continue moving up. And then if it doesn't hold that, then we'll just look for another play. You could see small little dots are causing big moves in the contracts. So that's not always a good sign. Regardless, just make sure you have 0.72 as a stop loss. I'm in light loose SPY puts. Loose SPY puts. Light position. I'm gonna sell this for a small loss. I don't want to be chopped around here. Ideally, now what I want to do is I want it to retest 407.6. I want to have like a limit. I basically want to buy the contracts for around like 0.75, 0.74. So let it bounce up. All right, I'm in light SPY puts again. Light. This can rip up to 407.75, but that's basically going to be my stop loss. And on the contracts, it should be around a 10% stop. You can see that resistance level held perfectly. But we're still holding above support, above 407.50. We basically just need to break below 407.50 comfortably. Now the puts aren't really paying that well. So, but I mean, that was a pretty bullish move that they didn't allow to happen. Contracts are up 8%. We need this to remain below 407.60, comfortably below 407.50, and then we can make a new low of day. Contracts up 11%, make sure to take some profits. And now, as long as it remains below 407.60, it should be good. So automatically, whenever we hit 10% profit, you should always take some profits. So my stop loss level was right here, basically at the highs of these candles, right? We wicked up. The contracts lost more than 10% of their value as they wicked up here. Then they fell down right afterward because this was a bearish setup. They made it look very bullish and then they ripped it down. So that's why the next candle afterward was bearish as well. So things are not as fluid as I would have liked them to be, but we're 407.60 is still acting as resistance, and we broke below 407.50. But yeah, I mean, you guys should have taken some profits on this. And now if it the IWM is showing some strength. The NASDAQ made a low of day and is wicking. Let's see if the NASDAQ can continue showing weakness. But just make sure you have a stop loss to remain above 0.73 or remain in profit, depending on when you got in. There's no point of letting this go back all the way red and retest this. The main level that we need to remain below and not close above is 407.6, 407.65. But yeah, please just don't let this go back red. Things are moving very quick, so you don't want to get caught. I'm still in, but I'm gonna sell the rest soon, I believe, if they continue ripping it up. At this point, the only thing that you're holding should be runners. You guys already took profits at 10%. Now you're playing around with your profits. If you didn't, then that's not good. Alright, I'm out of the rest. What? But yeah, generally, I don't allow contracts to go back red at all once they're in profit. Mm-mm. 408 and 407.97 are major resistances on the SPY. The 407.97 is VWAP. Calls aren't moving that well. So you don't want to try to short this until we see a red candle or a weakness. Then the goal would basically be we would be short the top, the high of this candle here. Puts aren't paying well. I'm in light. This is I would have rathered it bounce up to 408.10. But let's see if we can continue to the downside here. I'm in light puts, sorry. Baby moves. Taking some profit as long as it remains below 408, we're good. If it breaks above, I'm gonna sell. This is another opportunity to take some profit if you haven't. Now just let runners ride. Like I said, we were gonna wait for some weakness before going short. We weren't gonna blindly go short into strength. Easy. Nice. Very nice. Easy money, guys. Easy freaking money, guys. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. We just waited for a nice little freaking reversal. We didn't try to short like some monkeys. We waited for confirmation. Beautiful play. Thank God, man. I was so upset with myself, man. I can't explain to you. I took shorts in this drop over here, guys. I took shorts. All right. I promise you, as it continued falling, the contract shot up. I was so tilted, man. I can't explain it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed that short. Thank God we caught this one. Holy crap. I would have been here for the rest of the day if we didn't freaking get a good play, man. Thank God, man. Sheesh. God. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. I mean, everyone should be up at least 30%, right? At least. New low of day. Boom. It should be at least 40% at this point. Everyone should be comfortably up at least 40%. So now at this point, you take profits, and that's a good play. You don't even need to let runners ride. This was a spectacular play. Holy crap, bro. I cannot explain to you guys, like, thank God. Thank goodness. Oh, man. Good job, everyone. So I'm going to explain to you guys why I went short earlier as well. So basically, very, very similar to this situation here, right? But basically, right now, the market is, for now, what's been happening the past few days is the market has been waiting for just one instance of a reversal, and then it follows through on that reversal. So at the very instance of resistance, right? For example, right here, you can see that there's a lot of resistance. 10 a.m. news came out, big wick, right? Big wick, obviously. And then the next candle afterward was a very big red candle. We closed, right? What you do here, light puts with a stop loss above this or this. Light puts, you just follow the direction. If you didn't want to do that, right? You wait for this next candle to close as well. And so ideally, right, what I did was I waited for it to bounce up as much as I possibly could. I waited for it to bounce up because I wanted a better average, because I knew that they weren't just going to keep it down here. And I know, like, I'm telling you, this is what I did. So I waited for it to bounce up so that it could get a higher average, and I was greedy. So that worked out, and it ripped down towards the end of the minute, and then the next minute fell even more. And just, if you hadn't gone short on this candle or anything prior, right, this 10:03 a.m. candle should have been the green light for you, because that was a continuation to the downside. You saw multiple levels of support being broken. 408 didn't hold, and you saw a weakness. So you saw the wick at 10:02, And then 1003 we opened even lower and we broke 1002 support. That should have been your go. That should have been freaking, yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But basically, I was in short and I didn't share it because the contracts were moving so damn fast. And yeah, I'm trying to be as safe as possible, but it is what it is. I mean, today things are moving very quick and choppy and stuff, but I entered at 1002. And yeah, I just want you guys to understand what I was looking at, basically. And then once you would have gone short at 1003, on the close of 1003, man, that would have been the safest opportunity to go short, and then you could have went short with a stop loss at 1002's high, and then you could have just wrote it down. Oh well. But yeah, I'm glad that we caught this. I'm glad we caught this one, because if we didn't catch this one, I would have been here for a while until we caught another big play, because I was tilted. Thank God, man. Yeah, I'm not holding any puts anymore. Should be holding runners. Every time I don't hold runners, I regret it. This is probably going to be one of those situations, but it is what it is. But it's nice. Basically, if towards the end of the day, throughout the day now, if 408, 409 can't be broken, right? 409 to 409.50, that area is going to be like the top of a move for us, right? If we can't break above that, then it's going to be another pretty good opportunity to go short for another move back down to 408. So it's gonna be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. All right. So another thing, guys, is it's riskier to enter into that setup where I said, okay, like a red candle at resistance. It's risky to do that when we're chopping around in a range. For example, we were clearly wicking at resistance, and then we made a red candle, showed some weakness, and then it should have technically been like a good opportunity to go short, right? But because we're in a range, it's more difficult to do that, and it's not as high quality of a trade. It's much, much safer to enter it after a big rip up. So after a big rip up, then there's more room to fall lower. You get it? But while we're in a range, it's not as safe to enter short because there isn't as much room to fall down. And if you think that it was going to fall down, right, then you're expecting it to break low of day. And then you're also expecting it to break below this big buy zone that they just had. They really ripped it up with a lot of strength. So generally, what I'm saying is you want to wait for a rip upwards before you try to short. And then you want to wait for, once again, like a rip downwards and then a green candle here before you go long. Specifically, it's been happening now for these past few days. Every few weeks, every few days, basically the market shifts to what they allow and what they don't allow to happen, because the algorithms and everything change, and they don't want retail to basically be in tune with what they're doing. So what usually ends up happening is by the time you end up realizing the algorithms and like the type of setups that MMs are playing and using, it becomes too late, and then they use another one. And that's why a lot of people are just constantly like, they don't understand what's going on with the market. But that's why after doing this for a long time, you're able to understand and depict much, much quicker what the MMs are trying to do. I hope that makes sense. Oh, nice. Nice. Things are working out pretty well and everything. Yeah, without fail, every time I sell the whole position and don't hold runners, it ends up going lower. Eesh. Contracts would have been up almost like 100%. But that's life. Oh well. All right, guys. There's gonna be more plays throughout the day. Just understand and flow with the market. 40. Give me a second. So if you guys look at the daily chart as well, right? The concept that I was talking about with the follow through at a level of resistance is playing out currently. So we failed at 412, right? Made a big red candle. We closed yesterday at around 408.50. And now the follow through to the downside is playing out right now. So what I'm saying is what happens usually on a shorter term time frame ends up also happening on a larger time frame as well. That's how MMs sort of always set up the market. So keep that in mind. And that's something that you could see. Like for example, if one day falling wedges like work a lot, right? For example, falling wedges are like bullish patterns, right? If falling wedges end up working a lot one day, right? Generally what ends up happening is on a 4-hour time frame, on a daily time frame, falling wedges also start playing out, because it ends up doing similar things on a shorter time frame and longer time frame. So yeah, like just keep that in mind. That ends up happening. So yeah, Mike. All right. But aside from that, you definitely don't want to try to short it here, because 406.60 is the 22.6% fib from the most recent lows at March 24th to yesterday's high. We're also at the 38.2% fib on the NASDAQ. Perfectly. Shorting down here is just, you're just being greedy at this point. But that's why I would rather wait to see if we can hold these levels of support and then get a bit of a bounce, and then you can short. But yeah, just down here, you definitely don't want to be short. Let me show you guys on a daily what I'm looking at. So the fibs look kind of messy. So I made a fib level from the most recent lows, right, at March 24th down here to yesterday's high, and you can see that we are literally perfectly on the 23.6% fib here. And then same thing with the NASDAQ. We're on the 38.2% fib. So obviously this isn't a bullish setup on the 1 minute chart either. Obviously things should technically continue falling lower, but it's not a time to start adding to shorts. If you haven't already been short, going short here is like much more risky because you're at like a complete bottom. So yeah, you could miss one more leg down, but yeah, generally it's not really worth adding into shorts after 2 major falls. So yeah, but oh, so sorry. So what I'm saying is the level that we basically want to remain above is going to be 405.70. And if 405.70 can hold, then basically we can make one more leg down to that level to break below 406 and retest 405.50, 405.70, and then bounce off of that. But that is basically going to be one of the major levels that needs to remain. So if we can hold that, then we can get a bounce back up. But it depends on how much lower we go. So if we end up breaking down to 405, right? And say for example, we fall all the way down. So we made a move from 408, all right? From 408, say for example, we fall all the way down to 405, right? So this is basically going to be like a setup that we would need to take into consideration if we end up falling down to 405. For us to basically reclaim bullish momentum, we need to hold. So once we fall down here, right? This is once we fall down to this level, we need to hold and reclaim the 38.2% fib. We need to start showing some strength and hold above this level for us to get a retest and a continued move upwards. If it doesn't, then this can continue falling lower, and then we can see on the daily the 50% fib down here at 403, down here at 403.40. So that's basically what I am looking at. So to keep that in mind, those are the levels. And once more, you can look at it on a daily. 403.50, 403.32 is going to be the 38.2% fib. Sorry, I said it was the 50% fib. 38.2% fib on the SPY. That's the level that would need to hold if 405 doesn't hold, basically. So yeah, just keep that in mind. For example, right now, many people are going to start trying to go long, right? If it breaks below this low, then it's going to continue falling lower, most likely. So unless we get like a close back above it, if we wick below this low, so say for example, we wick below the low and then we close back above it, that's very bullish, and then you would go long for a continued move to the upside. But right now, it's just trying to hold this level of support for dear life. But again, that's another reason why I don't want to short as we're down here. Because the risk reward of shorting was much, much better as we were up here. And at 408, etc. So, yeah. So again, just go long into strength with tight stop losses, and then for weakness, go short at weakness. And yep. Well, yeah, just let the market simmer down. We had a big move down. Just take it easy, don't overtrade. All right. I hope I helped. Make sure you guys have a good day. Don't overtrade. All right. Alrighty, guys. Can you show us, babe, how you drew it? Okay, so this is tradingview.com. And over here, the third thing here, right? It says Gann and Fibonacci tools. So you just click this and it shows, 1 second. All right, well, on TikTok, you can't really see it, but on tradingview.com at the top left on the chart, below cursor, below trendline tools, the third one says Gann and Fibonacci tools. So then you click Fib retracement. And if you're using Windows, I guess you could click Alt F. All right, that doesn't work. But yeah, if you click Alt, wait 1 second. Never done that before. Yeah, if you click Alt F, it automatically chooses a Fibonacci level for you. Then all you need to do is click, and then you could make it wherever you want, and then you could click it again, and it solidifies it. So then you go back and click the cursor so that you're allowed to move the screen around. So once more, at the bottom, at the top left, click Gann and Fibonacci retracement tools. Click Fibonacci retracement, and then you have to click twice. Click once to initiate the fib, and then click another time to lock the fib in. And then you just go back, click cursor, and then you're able to freely use the chart and move around. Okay, so I hope I helped. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good one.